Hi guys. I got to piggyback off the last video I just did. Yes, I hit stop and then I hit play again. So here I am, another video. Um, I talked about language, which kind of goes into perspective. This is more on perspective as well. Um, when you focus on the good, and I've talked about this before, but I'm talking about it again because I felt like it was necessary after the last video. Okay? When you go through your day looking for the good, the bad just kind of comes and goes. It's there. Yep, here's the bad. It's gone, and at the end of the day, I say I had a good day. I started this practice that Rachel Hollis does. She's my girl too. Between Jen and Rachel Hollis, I tell you what, um, it it is a goals and gratitude practice, but she talks about it in her podcast, episode 72, and it doesn't have to be in the notebook that she does. I happen to have the notebook, but it doesn't have to be, it could be in just a regular notebook. But you write down your goals, which when I started, I'm like, 10 goals? It's not just to wake up and go to work and come home and just, oh, okay, we're supposed to have goals. Got it. Like that's kind of where I was with goals when I started. And now I have 10 and I work toward them every day. It's really cool. So you write down goals. And I thought that was cool too because it gave me direction on what am I actually trying to accomplish every day? What am I working toward by the end of the week, by the end of the month, by the end of the year, by 5 years from now? Like, do I have a purpose besides just going through and surviving? So that was really cool for me. And then the other thing she has you do is write down 5 specific moments of gratitude from the day. And so she, I think, does it in the morning, but I write my goals in the morning, so they're present in my mind. So during the day, they're like in the back of my mind, and I do things to kind of work toward them. But I do my gratitude at night. And what's really been cool, I've never ever thought that I wasn't a grateful person. I've always thought that I was super grateful, not soupful, super grateful. And I said thank you to people and I told people when I appreciate them. But this is totally different. This is, I look for the joy and I look for the good things during the day and I feel like I appreciate them more. And I try to savor them more. And it's specific things. So that means by the end of the day, I'm not like, my health, my shelter, my food, like big, broad things. I put a CD on, and that track number 7, though, like that, like just specific things. And yes, I drive an '08 and I still listen to old CDs. That's something that brings me joy. We'll talk about that later. Um, but that specific comment that kid made that made me giggle in class, or very specific things, that workout that made me sweat, that dinner I cooked, it was such a good recipe that I didn't use. But um, so when you go through your day looking for the good, and you're like it's even now, my husband started this too. Don't tell him I told you that. But my husband does this too. And so now it's almost a joke. He's like, that's going in my journal. Like I'm gonna write that one down tonight. And then you're to the point where I'm like, holy cow, 5 things. Like I fill up all the lines and I write it to the side everywhere because I'm like, so many cool things happened today. Like so many good things. And it's not something that I have to do. It's something I choose to do, and I absolutely love it. And it's totally just changed the way I go through my days. I can't tell you the last time I had a bad day because there's good in every day. There's good in every day. And so when you're looking for all the good, like the bad doesn't seem like as big of a deal, if that makes sense. So going through your day looking for the good. Now back to that joy piece that I was just talking about earlier. Um, this is a cool practice to do. Writing down all the things that bring you joy. Now you're like, ooh, I don't know the last time yeah, I'm asking you, write down all the things that bring you joy. Okay? When you think about that, now you can have your going on vacations to Hawaii and stuff. You can have your going to Starbucks but if your list when you're done with it is nothing but materialistic things, you're going to need to take a step back. You're going to need to reevaluate some things because if only materialistic things bring you joy. Okay, so what other things bring you joy? I love sitting on our back patio when it rains. I love playing Yahtzee with my husband. Good music anytime, all the time. Loud music most of the time. Those things bring me joy. I love to entertain people and have people over and whip up whatever kind of unhealthy dips I can whip up. Yep, love that. That brings me joy. A straw cup brings me joy. I have to get a new one now for the school year. Well, it's fine. But straw cups bring me joy. They do. Positive sayings that I have everywhere brings me joy. So thinking about all the things that bring you joy, dance parties, talking to my friends, write all of that down. And I would hope to goodness you could have a super, super, super long list of things other than materialistic things. Now, don't get me wrong. I love to shop. There's nothing like a trip to Home Goods to fill up all the things you don't need, but put up all the places in your house that needed home goods stuff. Yes, that's awesome. Target's great. I'm not saying I'm not a materialist. Yes, there are so many materialistic things that bring me joy. But trying to find those other things that bring you joy too, those little things that you can do. Now, here's why. Schedule those into your day. Now, I don't mean your list of 187 things to fit in one day. Don't mean that. But wherever you can, however you can get the things that bring you joy into your day, do that. It breaks my heart so much when someone's like, oh, I love going on a hike. And like when we went hiking, oh, that was so fun. Oh, I wish I did that more often. Then do it more often. If you love it, do it more often. Okay? Now, I loved going to Hawaii with my honeymoon. Doesn't mean I can do that more often. I can save up for it and make it a goal, okay? But finding those little things that you absolutely love and you wish you did more of, stop wishing. Do more of it. Schedule time, okay? Just like you would schedule a doctor's appointment in your week, just like you would schedule meal prepping or workouts or hair appointments or baseball practice or whatever, schedule in that time to do that thing that you love. Or find a way to make it happen. If you love that certain song, you love that dance party, love having dance parties. I incorporate dance parties into my classroom because I love it, brings me joy, gets my kid wiggles. Like it works, okay? So take all those things that you love, that you wish you did more of. I wish I could call my sister more, then freaking do it. Write it down, schedule it, just like you would anything else. You are important too. What brings you joy is just as important as your kid's baseball practice. It's just as important as that appointment or whatever. So schedule it and make it happen. So you're going through your day looking for the good, and you're taking things that bring you joy and you're putting them in your day. Super powerful. Super powerful. So, what brings you joy?